Hi, Viveca.
Hi, Susan.
What are we doing here this weekend?
Well, we're camping and having fun.
That's right. And where are we?
We are at Silver Springs State Park.
Right. All right. Well, you have a new setup to your Toyota Sienna, right? And what's her name?
Her
Y-
name
Silver
is,
Gypsy?
yes,
Yeah, that's I thought that was it. Okay, so you want to show us um your new room?
okay. This is, I guess you could call it my kitchen.
Uh-huh.
I do a lot of cooking behind my van, and I had a screen that zipped and unzipped. But it was
Mm-hmm.
getting tedious. Every time I needed something out of the refrigerator, I'd have to unzip it
Okay.
and then zip it. And I was afraid of bugs getting in there.
Right.
So I saw this on another person's YouTube channel, and the price was right. So I decided I'd go ahead and try it
Okay.
because I have a big tent, but I never use it and it's too
It's
hard
a
to
lot of
put
work.
up. It's a lot of work. It's very easy to unzip. You can step in. And one thing I do like about it, it has magnets across the top.
Okay.
So when I go to close this at nighttime, like I like to do because I want to feel safe when I sleep,
Mm-hmm.
it stays up. It just kind of collapses a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but I can leave my things in here. I'll just move this table over here and everything's over there, and it's easy for me to open back up the next day.
Yeah, so you're not picking it up off the ground
Right.
in the morning.
So,
And this is your kitchen back
yeah,
here.
so now I can cook. I can get into my refrigerator or my freezer
Mm-hmm.
as many times as I need to. I have my silverware and other things here, so now I'm not having to run in and out of my van to do
Uh-huh.
that. I have my kitchen pans, pots, pans, bowls, and things like that up here.
Uh-huh.
And this is my garage. Of course, I don't need that as much, but it's easy to get to
Right.
without having to unzip
And let
and
me,
zip it back
you
up.
have a Bouge RV.
Yes,
Uh, is that a fridge only or a fridge
it's a
freezer?
fridge and a freezer at the
Okay.
same time.
Okay.
And I think this one is the 38 or 48 quart. I can't
Okay.
remember. I
Okay.
started out with a smaller one that was only a refrigerator or only a freezer, and it was only 28. So I
Yeah.
wanted to
It's so nice
move
to
up.
have both. I will
Yes.
share a link to that in the description.
Okay.
And what is this tent thing called?
It's called a camp toad,
Camp
and
toad.
in that bag is the rain fly for it. You can put over it,
Oh,
and it also gives you privacy if you want to keep it up like a tent during the
right.
night. You can
Right.
put that on there.
Because you're facing the site next to us
Yes.
because you wanted to connect to the ground part of this
Yeah,
campsite.
so I could use the
Mm-hmm.
stakes down in there. But what
Right.
I like about it is it hooks up under your bumper underneath, so nothing can crawl in from underneath.
Oh, that's
And
good.
it's not as hard to put together as one of the tailveil. What is tailveil?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so I do
Or
like
a
that.
SUV tent.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do like that. And it was really easy to put up, even though I'd never done it before. But that's one reason I didn't put the fly up. Well, one, I wanted the air through
Right.
here. But
Okay.
okay, you want to
Yeah.
talk
Show me
about
about that.
that?
Yeah.
Here's another thing I like to show you, Susan, is that the skeeter beaters. These
Oh.
back sliding doors, it's really hard to find screens.
Yes.
A lot of people make their own, and that's
Mm-hmm.
fine. It saves them
Mm-hmm.
money. But since I didn't want to go to the trouble of measuring and
Mm-hmm.
doing all that sewing,
Mm-hmm.
I found about that
Yeah.
and I ordered them right away, and that's been a
And
godsend.
this has a lot of magnets. Some of them will only have a couple here
Yes,
and there, but that has a lot of magnets. That's good.
yes. So,
All right.
and then do you want to
Yeah,
see
show
over
me
here?
whatever you want to.
Okay, I
Now, I
don't
will
think,
say that Viveca, we did a tour of her, a more complete tour with her power banks and everything, and I'll link that in the end. If you want to see more of that, you can. So just give us a quick over. We're really in camp mode now because before we were at a meetup and you weren't as, like you couldn't put your tent up and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
now you have your potty out and everything. So,
yeah. And we didn't have room before, but also
right.
we didn't have electricity, so we
True.
had to use solar panels and power
True.
stations. Go ahead and use a power station anyway
Mm-hmm.
when I'm at the camp mode, because one time somebody tripped over the electric cord and I didn't know my refrigerator was unplugged.
Oh, wow.
So what I do is I have my refrigerator plugged into my power station,
Mm-hmm.
and then my power station is plugged into the
to the shore
electric
power.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I want to show you that. I don't know if I showed you. I didn't show it to you before because I didn't use it, but I have one of these carousel things, and it has places for the C and
USBs.
the regular. Yes,
and
then
is that
regular.
lights? Is that lights too on the side?
No.
Okay.
I don't think
Those little white things aren't lights?
Yes. No.
Okay.
No.
That's a nice tower. I like that.
Yeah.
Lots of
And
plugs.
they do have them shorter. I thought, well, I might need a lot. And then a friend saw it and she liked it and she found one that was like half that size. But it still gives you plenty because on all those different sides.
Right.
So, and I don't know, like you said, we've done the inside more before.
Yeah.
Well, I think I got this. I don't know if I had this before, but a lot of people have these. So
is that battery power?
Yeah, it's USB charged.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
so we'll share the link of that too.
Okay.
And tell us about your potty. You've emptied it now. It is clean, people. We know.
Yes. I don't even have bags in it. I just left it up so they could see where I put it at nighttime.
And you, when you drive, do you put it down?
When I drive, I fold it, collapse it,
small.
And it fits right under here in this little container.
Okay, cool. And I'm standing in her kitchen, looking in her living room bedroom. So you divide the front seat from your living area?
At that time, I put this here just so I don't see all the storage I have thrown in the front. And also it gives me the opportunity to keep the windows down a little bit. And I will put a little clip on each side and it gives me a little more privacy also. Okay.
And you have those storage, those teal storage things. Is that your kitchen?
Yeah, it's my pantry and stuff. And it's right now it's a mess, but I keep my little thing that I make my smoothies in it and cups and things that I might need. And the top one, this time I just put in all kinds of stuff. As I use them, I put them in there. So it's really a mess, but it keeps it off the countertops and everything.
And you have a hanging pole too. I like that. I did that in my Palisade with the pockets.
I don't know. I like your shelf though that you have at yours. Yeah. But this is something new I got since you left.
Aw, happy place.
But it usually goes over here, but I wanted to put it there so you could see it.
Are these two clip-on fans? I see you have one here and one there. Are they the same fan?
No, they're different.
Okay. What's that one?
I turned it upside down so because I wanted to hook it in so when I start driving home today, I'm charging. Well,
there you go.
I was charging, so I guess I'll turn it around. It is Google Electric.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think that's Go Get Electric.
Go Get Electric.
Yeah, G-O-G-E-T and then elect.
And here's your Lucy light.
Yes, which I don't use it quite as much because this one I think has the lights.
Oh, nice. And what kind is that?
This one, I don't know what this one is. This is my newest one because I have two Opolar.
Opolar.
That died on me.
Uh-oh.
And it's funny, yesterday, I didn't tell you this, but yesterday I had it sitting on here because I had been charging it. I went like this and lo and behold, all this time I've had it, I didn't know it had a remote.
So cool. No, you don't even have to sit up to turn it off or on.
I know. You can do it for 1 hour, 3 hours, or 5 hours. And here's a light button and a power button.
And what's the name of that?
This
the name
one
on the back.
Is it on here?
We can get it later. I'll list it later in the description.
.net.
Yeah, .net. Okay.
Yeah, but that's not the name of it, I'm sure, but
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So we can put that link when I find it.
Yeah. All right. And do you sleep with your head up there or
Yeah, my head's up here.
Okay.
And I have one of these little lights, which I've hardly ever used, but I did one time for reading up here.
I can't see it.
It's a little one of amber.
A pointy light, like a book light.
Yes, that's what it is.
I have one of those too.
So one time I didn't want people to know I was awake in here.
Right.
So, and this is new, but I use this outside in the more than inside, but
sitting outside by the campfire. Well, I love you, Van, still, and we will post the.
Coco wants to say hi.
Oh, hi!
He's my travel buddy, Coco. I got him at Kennedy Space Center.
Aw, Coco, you're so cute. And he has to go to the bathroom less than Riley. So
yeah. And he can stand the high heat when I'm not using the van and it gets really hot in here because he's protected from the heat.
Aw, Coco, you got it going on. Okay. All right. Well, Viveca, I've had a great time with you here as usual, and I will put your other video in the back, which is a little more in depth on the inside, but I really like this camp tote, and I'm so glad that it worked for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.